to Rosten Reviews.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Rosten Reviews. My name is Mr. Rosten, Cluster 6-1 Social Studies teacher here at BMS, and I am very, very excited to give you a recap of Week 9 and Week 10 this week. So, a couple of quick announcements before we get going today. Quick reminder, Picture Day is Monday, November 8th, so make sure you're rocking your best, or whatever your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever was going to pay for those pictures tells you to wear. Make sure you look nice, because remember, these pictures will live in infamy. You can actually go look, I won't say what year, but you can actually go look and see in the old, not too old, but olden days of Mrs. Donovan back in the, back in the day. I apologize for the little technical difficulties there, but stuff happens. All right, friends, so let's jump into it. All right, so Week 9, we finished up our Otzi Projects, and we finished up our Otzi Projects. Oh, I'm a little... Yeah, I'm all right. So, Week 9, we finished up our Otzi Projects. We did presentations. You guys did awesome. Let's just be honest. You guys killed it. I was amazed by some of the projects that you guys came up with. Your personal narratives were great. Some of you made Otzi's tools, which was awesome. And they are going to go up on the billboard outside of my classroom next week. So be on the lookout for that. One of my students made Otzi's axe. It was big. It was awesome. It's currently in my classroom, which is awesome. I'm going to keep it forever. So thank you. It is so cool. Very well done. And you guys just did an awesome job. So good for you. But, it's time to move on from Otzi. You know what I mean? It's time. So let's take a look at Week 10 and see what we did in Week 10. So we started off Week 10 by doing a Nearpod activity, and we started gaining some background knowledge on ancient Mesopotamia. Now, ancient Mesopotamia is located in the Fertile Crescent, right? It's that Mesopotamia in Greek means land between two rivers. So it's between the Tigris and the Euphrates River, which is great to know. Good piece of knowledge. All right. So we did that. We did our Nearpod activity, and then you created a preview page in your digital interactive notebook. And on that page, you needed a few things. 1, you needed at least one picture of ancient Mesopotamia. 2, you needed key academic vocabulary, so things you learned from the Nearpod, like ziggurat and stele and Mesopotamia, things of that nature. Then you had to put key geographic features. So some key geographic features included the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Hello. Key geographic feature. Remember, key geographic features are land masses and bodies of water. So something else you could have put on your key geographic feature is the deserts. You could have put the mountains. Just a few things that you could have, added to your preview page. All right. So just take a quick look at the Nearpod. It basically went through some cool stuff here. If it would move along a little bit. It went through a bunch of different information. We did a bunch of different activities. It was a good lesson. It was good. I really much enjoyed it. So once we did that, we did an Ed puzzle with your favorite archaeological historian, Arizona Smith, and you learned more about ancient Mesopotamia. The video was a little bit long, I admit, but had a lot of really good information to help you gain that background knowledge that you're going to need once we start diving into our analysis of the social, political, and economics of Mesopotamia. So you went on a little adventure with Arizona Smith and kids from the 90s, you know, like Mr. Rosten, a kid of the 90s. Good stuff. You did that, and then today, what a day. Today, we did our vocabulary. Now, there are 10 vocabulary words that you need to know for this unit. And remember, we're going to have a vocabulary quiz in, I would say, probably a week or two. My guess would be 2 weeks at the most. So, 2 weeks. And my computer is very slowly loading. There it is. So we did this nice little bunch of activities for you because, you know, we wanted to make it a little bit more exciting. So here are your 10 words. Your 10 vocabulary words are city-states, polytheism, monotheism, Hammurabi's Code, empire, silt, ziggurat, cuneiform, stele, and scribe. All right, so those are your 10 words. So the first thing we had you do was you had to try to figure out the meanings of the words using your context clues. Now, this is a great skill to have and to work on because when we start analyzing primary and secondary sources, there might be some words that you don't recognize or you don't know. So it's really important for us to sorry, I lost my train of thought. It's really important for you to work on this skill. It's a skill that you can use in ELA. It's a skill that you can use in science. So it's really something that we wanted you to try and work on today. So you first did that. You tried to figure out what the meanings of the words were. Then come on, there we go. Then we gave you the actual definitions. And what you had to do was you had to take these definitions and you had to find the word here and copy and paste it into the correct word. So once you did that, once you did all of the definitions, you found pictures to go along with the I'm sorry, I'm just having a tough time today. You found pictures of the words. So for example, this one right here on the top left, this is obviously polytheism, right? It's a picture of a bunch of different gods, okay? Here, the picture of the Star of David and the cross and the crescent moon with the star, that's monotheism, right? That's Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. They are monotheistic religions, right? Right here, we have cuneiform. It's the form of writing from Mesopotamia. You have the ziggurat. Right here, you have the stone stele. Here, you have Hammurabi's laws, scribe. And right here in the middle, we have our city-states. And right here on the right, we have silt, right? Because the rivers would flood. Then they would deposit the silt. You use the silt to grow the crops. And you all know what happens when we grow more crops. More crops equals more people equals more ideas equal new technology. And it's just a pattern, baby. It's just a pattern. So you did that. You learned your words. You did that for the 10 words. Then we had a little fun. You did a little unscrambling of the words. You did a word search, thanks to Mrs. Donovan. Big shouts to Mrs. Donovan, the queen of making word searches. Her and Mrs. Classy. Mrs. Classy, queens of making word searches. Unbelievable. All right? Then you had to create a quiz question. All right? So I gave you an example. Who was responsible for writing letters and keeping records in Mesopotamia? The answer is, of course, scribe. So you did this. And then once you finished that, you had to create 2 Freyer Foursquares in your interactive notebook, right? So a Freyer Foursquare was created by Dr. Freyer, I think he's a doctor. I'm pretty sure he's a doctor. I've been telling everybody he's a doctor. So Mr. Freyer or Dr. Freyer, if you're not a doctor, shoot me an email. Let me know. All right. And basically, it's a way to help you learn your vocabulary words. Apparently, according to research, if you use the Freyer model for your vocabulary words, you remember it 60% better than you would from just normal memorization. So, the Freyer 4 square obviously has 4 squares in it, right? And I'm going to show you an example once my computer loads up. But we're running a little slow here today. I don't know why. But let me just give you the preview, okay? So, there are 4 things you need for the Freyer 4 square. First, you need the definition, okay? That goes on the top left. The second thing you need on the top right is a picture of it because you get to visualize the word. So, it helps you to remember what the definition of the word is. Third, you use it in a sentence. Did you know that when you create a sentence with a new vocabulary word that you remember it 75% of the time better than just normal memorization? Amazing. Amazing. So, you create a sentence. Now remember, you are not Googling a sentence and then putting it in there. I will check it. I will find it. Don't do it. Create your own sentence. Okay? Last but not least, you need to find synonyms or similar words or phrases for your word or phrase. And of course, that is, you can find those in what we call a thesaurus. We learned that today. Apparently, some of you didn't know what a thesaurus was. Well, a thesaurus is a book with words in it, and it has the synonyms and antonyms for those words. Yeah, that's what a thesaurus is. So if you don't have one, that's okay. There's thesaurus.com. You can go to Merriam-Webster and use their thesaurus tab and find those words. And I'm so glad that my computer finally loaded up. So let's take a look here. All right, so here's a picture of the Freyer 4 square, right? Definition on the top left, picture on the top right, create a sentence on the bottom left, similar words on the bottom right. And you did that for 2 words. Now, I learned my lesson from my first class, blue class, not throwing y'all under the bus, just saying. So I assigned you 2 words for you to do, all right? So 2 words, create them, and hopefully we'll be able to print some of them out and make a word wall out of it, and hopefully we'll get that up sooner rather than later. All right, so that was your Freyer 4 square. This is for homework, so blue class, yours was due today. Red, orange, yellow, green, yours is due on Monday. That gives you 3 whole days. 3 to get that turned in, all right, on Monday when you walk into class, because we're starting geography on Monday. Red, orange, yellow, green. Blue started today. Holler. All right, so that's what we did in social studies this week. It was a good week. Started ancient Mesopotamia. It was awesome. I love Mesopotamia. King Hammurabi. Birthplace of civilization. The land between 2 rivers. Awesome sauce stuff. Awesome sauce stuff. All right, so before we go today, just a friendly reminder. You're probably going to have a vocabulary quiz in a week or 2, so make sure you try your best on your vocabulary assignment. Next week, we start with geography of Mesopotamia, and we're going to do 5 themes of geography with Mesopotamia, which is going to be awesome. Picture day is on Monday, and remember, parent-teacher conferences are coming up, so make sure that your parents visit the BMS website and they click on the link to sign up for conferences. All right, it's right on the front page. It's not, a crazy big deal. Just make sure that your parents do it. And remember, you are invited to your own conference. Okay, so make sure that you go with your parent or guardian or whoever takes care of you. come to the conference. It's about you. Let's have an honest conversation. You know what I mean? Honest conversation about what's going on. Okay? All right, friends. That is it for Rosten Reviews today. I hope you all have a great weekend. Take some time to recharge the batteries. You know, do something fun. Go outside. Play in the leaves that are falling on the ground. Ride your bike. Take a walk. Read a book. Y'all have Epic, so at least through my account, go read a book. There's a cool Otzi book on there, by the way, if you want to go check that out. Hashtag just saying. All right, friends. So that's it for Rosten Reviews. Come back on Monday, ready and raring to go, because you know Rosten is bringing it on Monday in social studies. I hope you all have a great weekend. Be kind to one another. Peace be with you and with you. Rosten out.